Broadcasting from Miami, Florida.
Check this out.
Let's go. Welcome to 25-8 The Culture. On who's hot and who's not. Everything hip-hop. Turn it on, turn it up, get it loud. Here we go. You're now vibing with 25-8 The Culture.
Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy DJ Pablo Maccabee from 25-8 The Culture with your host, D Wise, one half of the big fellas.
What's up, yo? Back in the building. We got a lot of shit to talk about. We're gonna tell this bitch out. You already know what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, that right there, yeah, that's nice. We'll talk about that later. But by the way, you know what I mean? You already know what it is. We're about to have a great show. You know what I mean? Let's get to it.
And we got my boy in the building from Nobody's Podcast, Big Money Boy Lance. What it do?
What's good, fellas? As you can see, all protected up. That transmission rate kind of high on this COVID-19, so gotta be safe.
Damn, always. We gotta be safe. 25-8. Yo, 3% over there in NY right now?
Yo, it's 3%. They shut the schools down and all that again.
Shit's crazy. Here in Dade County, yo, we don't even wear masks no more. We just out here wilding. You feel me? We out here raw dogging. We raw dogging out here.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna for out here being stupid, but you just gotta keep to yourself and keep washing them hands and hand sanitizer, yo. You gotta be smart, not stupid.
Yeah, you know, definitely people gotta be on the immune system because some people are really still getting affected by, you know, this whole COVID-19 situation. We know we can crack a couple jokes out here, but you know what? We gotta be serious. You feel me? Protect yourself, protect your children, protect your family, work on that immune system, and you know, pray, do what you gotta do. You feel me? So let's get into this week's episode. So last night was the Jeezy Snowman versus Gucci Man versus battle. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. That battle, like once I saw the switch up from from Jeezy and T.I. to Gucci Man and Jeezy, I was like, is this real? This shit look fake. Nah, Gucci Man and Jeezy in the same room at the same time? Like, nah, the parking lot finna get shot up. This shit ain't gonna jump off and all this bullshit. You feel me? I think people forgot that, you know, that Jeezy was even going to get against T.I. You feel me? Like, that shit just, like, left everybody's mind and everybody was just focused on this. You feel me? So I actually thought it was a pretty well a battle put together. You know, what's your take, D-Wise?
So I saw the shit from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing I was trying to get, I was like, I don't know what happened to the whole T.I. thing. I don't know if this nigga is holding out. It couldn't be that the nigga was busy because while I was watching this shit on Instagram Live, the nigga was watching this shit like everybody else was. So your schedule wasn't that busy. If you can talk it and, you know, come in, comment, and watch the whole fucking thing live. So that's the first thing. So I don't know what that nigga's doing, but get serious about your shit and yourself before you know, pick anybody else because I'm starting to feel like T.I. is just a lost bet. But to those two niggas, Jeezy versus Gucci Man. Man, I'm gonna keep it real. Gucci Man came out, he wanted all the smoke. You feel what I'm saying? He was diss records and standing up the whole time. He wanted to sit. He wanted, you know what I'm saying? He wanted pressure. But this is my thing. I'm claiming Jeezy's the winner of that. Jeezy just has so many hits. Every time we put on a hit, I was like, I'm up in there. Flashback, memories, good song, Jamie. Banging to them shits. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. I was like, I didn't think Gucci had the catalog to fuck with Jeezy. But he had I forgot, like he had Bricks playing, like he had some songs I was like, yo, Gucci, all right, like maybe this was a better battle than T.I. versus Jeezy. I'm being real. I just didn't think he could keep up with it. He took the L, he lost, but it was better than I thought it was. But what was hot about it was like, there's real beef there. Now, musically, Jeezy won. On some man-to-man G-Code street shit, though, this nigga Gucci Man talked about burying his partner in the ground. That shit, that hurt. When he said he's burying his partner and you can send the next nigga and I'll bury him too, niggas wanted Jeezy to say, fuck this music shit and go swing off or let's run it. So that shit was cut deep. That shit was hard. So on some G shit, he won that one. Musically, Jeezy got that on that, but just on some calling out your, hey, I buried your man and send the next man over type shit, and he'll be in the same box, that shit cut deep. But then he said some other G shit. You know, Jeezy was like, he's like, you playing, Gucci was like, you playing all old school shit. What about your new shit? Jeezy said, well, get some classics. You know what I'm saying? And then you can be on this level. But he's like, if we want to talk about verses, let's talk about real estate. Jeezy said, I own half of Atlanta. That's a boss move right there. So, you know, if we're going to talk about all the battle musically, Jeezy all day, he won that one. Gangsta Goon shit, this nigga really told him in his face, I buried your mans and said the next nigga I'll bury him too. That's some gangsta shit. He won that one. Maturity and growth and learning how to master what's going on, as far as saying I own half of Atlanta, Jeezy won that one. So that's what I picked up from the whole versus battle. It was definitely a must-see. They started with Stacey Abrams, you know, coming there. It was a big push in the Georgia thing, talking about go out and vote. So they both gave her respect because Stacey Abrams has been doing her shit for the state of Georgia. You know what I'm saying? For anybody that don't know who Stacey Abrams is, she ran for governor. She basically got robbed on the other side. All this other shit. She didn't cry. She didn't bitch. She didn't moan. She said, fuck it. I'm going to get y'all back by going back to the drawing board and making sure that this state goes for my person that I want and that we win, you know, Congress seats and state legislation. And that's what she's been doing. And yeah, so we learned a lot. They came together at the end, said, you know, fuck the beef. We cool. They ended with the song that they were both on. But I would say it was a must-watch thing. And, you know, who really won that whole thing was Atlanta won that.
Yo, what's your take, man?
I feel you. It was a good battle. It was a great battle. Not necessarily because it was competitive. It was just a great battle. The atmosphere, the fact that they had the real beef, you know what I mean? But the real winner in all of this, if we're being honest, is T.I. Because T.I. avoided being railroaded. That's all I got. That's all I got for watching this battle. I was sitting there like, T.I. ain't got nothing for this one. T.I. wouldn't have had nothing for this one. So T.I.'s the biggest winner. Then I would say we as a culture was a winner. But as far as the battle goes, Jeezy smoked them in every category. I don't even want to give the gangster shit to Gucci because that shit Gucci been saying. Like it's gangster, and nobody gonna take that away from him. But like the way Jeezy handled, he told you when I extended this to you so we could do this, it was all about being the man and we're letting the music be why we're here, not necessarily the beef. So Jeezy won on all levels as far as I'm concerned. But T.I., yeah, you definitely ran from this work because we'd be saying the same thing except for the gangster shit. We just be like, hey, T.I., you shouldn't have took this one.
I'm gonna be real, man. You can't just tell me like, you know what I mean? I buried your man, and then you can send the next one. I buried him too. Like, I think I would have had to say something back. Him swallowing that pill, you feel what I'm saying? That was like, And you always say you're the realest in the streets. So I just figured someone that comes off like that. Now, if he was always on that, I'm growing, I ain't on that bad shit, you know what I mean? This and that. I'm like, okay, you swallow the pill because you show your growth. But you've always been like, nah, from day one, I get it from the gutter. So someone saying that, I could have just checked that real quick. That's all I expected him to do. You know what I'm saying? Did it have to end in a fight? Nah, not necessarily. You know, if he wanted to bring it that way, you could have. But you saying that shit and me just like acting like it was nothing, I don't know, man. I expected just a little bit more on that on the conversation tip. But say something. That's all.
Maybe in a different time, maybe in a different climate, I'd agree with you. But his response was perfect. At the end of the day, we here for the culture of music. We wasn't here to see who was the toughest, who guns is the biggest. Y'all could do that anytime. This platform was to put your music up against my music. Like even when the man was hollering about you playing nothing but old shit, it's like, bro, that's an indictment against your catalog. You getting beat with old music.
100%.
Because you know what I mean? As much as Jeezy, we love the fact that Jeezy was like, oh, I own half Atlanta. But if you've been listening to recent Jeezy music, you already know Jeezy on that entrepreneurial growth and elevating the people. You already knew that. So as much as Jeezy was killing him with the old material and I was enjoying it, I had a couple moments where I was like, come on, Jeezy, you just dropped that TM 103, bust him in the head with one of those. Yeah. He got a track with T Grizzly on I think 2 hours ago, and I was hoping he dropped that one. So we were here to listen to the music. That's what we was here for. We ain't never gave nobody gangster points or cool points in this versus battle. So I ain't in the business of handing them out now. The man got destroyed. Jeezy handled it like a grown-ass man. He's being applauded like it. And I just think that's where we need to keep it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that one. This was about music. That's why I said musically, Jeezy beat him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't want to hear about that. Because like you said, yo, you got all these things. Like, yo, get yourself some classics. I'm playing my old shit, but we want to hear the verses. We want to hear your day one shit to your most recent shit. Or we just want to hear your hits. I don't give a fuck about what era, what timeline it came from. I want your hits. And if you got more hits that popped up in the early 2000s than recently, but I can still, play them in the club. Like you said, I got classics. He didn't even say it. He said, get yourself some classics. Yeah, you got classics. So that's not the argument at all. He won that battle thing. I was just saying, like I said, and if you want to say it too, I can give you that when you say this wasn't about the gangsters, this was about the music. That's true. But when Gucci crossed the line and made it not about music by saying that shit, I think he could have said something. You know what I mean? That's basically what I wanted. That's all.
I mean,
oh no, I feel you.
Definitely, we gotta applaud Jeezy for being the bigger man. You feel me? 15 plus years of beef, especially when there's bodies involved. It's like, I'm not sure. Me personally, I could have been able to squash that type of beef. You feel me? Like, I'd have probably been like, I don't fuck with Buddy don't fuck with me, and that's basically it. Because remember, there's literally bodies involved. You feel me? So I feel like, for Jeezy to be the bigger man, to be like, this is bigger than me and you right now. And this is definitely for the culture. When he especially when he brought up about the whole King Von and all these shootings that have been going on. You feel me? And like, I was talking to somebody this week, and they were saying, it's like, in our culture, in our music genre is the only genre that we kill each other. Like, you don't see this type of beef happening in fucking rock or in pop or in country music. You don't see country musicians running on each other and killing each other. So it's like, what's up with the culture that we need to change this? You feel me? Because people see this type of behavior and feel like, this is okay. So they have a certain mentality. And we're looking at grown-ass men that are in their 40s that are eventually going to be in their 50s, still holding this type of mentality about, SOS, shoot on sight, green light this individual and stuff like that. And they pass this, behavior down to, people that look up to them in the culture, and then people feel like this shit is okay. So I feel like, and also too, man, like, you don't want to be 50 years old, worried about going to the mall and having to get shot, just like how Benny the Butcher just got shot, Boosie Badass just got shot, and so supposedly he just survived 2 surgeries right now, because they were talking about, amputation of his leg, possibly because, he's a diabetic, and, things could get complicated and stuff like that. So for the culture, I definitely got to tip my hat off to Jeezy. You feel me? Whatever happens after this, like if Jeezy and Gucci do a track together, or just like, the beef is just squat, so that at least there's a no-fly zone or whatever like that, or a no disrespect zone. Is like, in the culture, we can all exist and, go about our business and our money. We don't have to resolve to, shooting and death and diss tracks and all of this stuff. There's a competition of being competitive, which is good for the versus battle and stuff like that. Get on with your music. We didn't got to be so disrespectful to the point that we got to take each other's lives out here.
How bad would it have been to have violence, black on black violence, on a black platform? Versus is literally started by 2 black artists. You know what I'm saying? Or producers, however you want to call it. And to have 2 black artists, 2 black rappers have any kind of violence on that platform, that's the word. That would have been the worst thing that could have happened for us on this scale. That would have been terrible for all of us. No matter how you feel, no matter who you a fan of, that would have been terrible.
And I'm just gonna, before we go to the next topic, what you guys said is 100% true. So I will applaud him being mature enough to get through it. Better men than a lot of people, better men than me, because like, if that was really your man, you might feel a certain way. But I want to say this, what you said earlier. Our genre about that whole street shit and killing shit and all that other stuff, that's not every rapper. I'm not going to put every rapper like that. The difference between us is like, the other genres, the rockers and the country musicians and the gospel and all the other genres, there's certain people like that can't get in that lane. Like if there was a nigga that was in the gang, that was in the streets, that was selling drugs, that was doing that, they have a different perspective and point of view and different set of rules because of where they came from. That's not accepted to other genres. A person like that will not be a country musician. A person like that, if they were living that life, probably won't be accepted in the gospel music. They won't be accepted in the rock because it's just what's allowed in the genre or not. Now, every rapper doesn't do that. So don't think if you pick up the microphone that you got to be that goon street shit, gun certified, go catch a body type shit. That's not every rapper's lane. But rap accepts those people that are in those lanes to come through. And that's why there's that drama. You feel what I'm saying? Just like rock has that shit as far as overdosing on heroin and overdosing on drugs and all this other shit. They're in that. They accept that lifestyle. Rockers accept it. Party like a rock star. Get fucked up like the white boys. You feel what I'm saying? That's their lane. They're allowed to do that and not get looked on down differently because it's accepted in that genre. It's just that the hip hop genre has accepted the gang mentality, the thug life shit, which it's not for all of them. You know, there's a few rappers out there. I can say Chance the Rapper, who's from Chicago. He's on a whole different level. He's not about all that, you know, gun gang and, you know, violence and shit like that. So it's just that hip hop allows that to be in the music, in the genre, which is bullshit. And as a result of that, you hear about a lot of gray and, you know, grimy things happening.
All right, moving forward, Lil Wayne could face up to 10 years for possession of a firearm in his plane, a gold-plated. I'm not sure what the gun was, but I don't feel like it probably belonged to somebody else because who has a gold-plated firearm? You know what I mean? Only somebody that can afford it, but who knows? Maybe there's a couple ballers on the airplane as well. But you know, what you think on this?
I'm just thinking, why, Wayne? Been down this road too many times before. You've gone to jail. You went to prison. I'm sorry. You did this. Why are we going back and repeating the same shit? You're looking like you're fucking mentally challenged at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking insane. And by that, I mean like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You know what's on that line. You can't, you know, it's not like you don't know any better or whatever. You know you're a felon. And you know when it comes to hip hop and music, you have more eyes on you because you've been down this path before, and B, there are always eyes on you. So why even bother doing this? You have money for bodyguards, you have money for security, you have all the things you can, you know, want, ask for, and then some. You're gonna go risk having a gun charge over some stupid shit. It's not necessary for you to do so. To me, it's like, are you screaming out for attention, or are you fucking with way too many drugs again? Because this shit don't make any sense. Why are we going through this again? Why are you gonna do this all over again? And then this time this is gonna be a second time with a gun charge. You know what I'm saying? So now they're not gonna hesitate to throw the book at you or give you more years. Or, you know, really, you got the money for a top defense lawyer. The judge can look at that and be like, yeah, that's cool. This is your second time doing this shit. Bam, 10 years.
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I was shocked when I heard the story because I was like, nah, not Wayne. You know what I'm saying? But they said he was flying private. So I guess that's a little different. When you fly private and you fly commercial, you got a different level of comfort. It ain't like he Joel Santana going into like Newark Airport or something like, oh shit, my gun's in my bag. It like he was on a private plane. Word is that the plane was tipped off. Air traffic control was tipped off, said there might be guns and drugs on the plane. So I don't know. Part of me is like, what's the point? Other part of me is like, he said it was a Father's Day gift. So I don't know what that has to do with it, but I don't know. It's tough for me because when you fly private, you expect a certain level of privacy. So I don't think it was so much like that big a deal. I don't know why. I would be more interested in finding out how they got the tip or what reason they actually had to search the plane. But they ain't no denying the gold-plated gun is his. Oh, it ain't no doubt about that. They said that he took ownership of it. He said it was his gun. So I don't know. Maybe he's good and we don't know it. Maybe it's just a story. Maybe it is a cry for help. I don't know. I can't call it.
But with the federal agency, so like ATF and with your history, whatever, it could have came from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like when you fly private, you're flying private. But once you land on the ground, you know what I'm saying? Privacy goes out the door. You know what I'm saying? And all it takes is, like you said, is a tip. I think there's a gun there. Who's on the plane? Lil Wayne. Oh, he has history. Let's go check it out. Like, you feel me? So even if it was a gift, keep that shit in your house. But you're a felon. And then the first thing, that was the dumbest thing in the world for him to say, is to admit that was his. I would have been playing that. I don't know. I don't know shit. I don't know. I'm Lil Wayne. I didn't know that was my name. I would have played stupid as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a convicted felon, and now you're admitting that you had a gun. That's a no-no.
I mean, me personally on the issue, I wouldn't have claimed that as my gun because one, in Florida, there's no registration law, and two, when they run the serial number of the gun, they just check to see if it's stolen. So if the gun's not reported stolen, there shouldn't be an issue. So if he has, if he has at least a bodyguard on there, like, hey, the bodyguard is certified to carry and to travel. Maybe he's not, certified to travel with it. Maybe there's a procedure for that. I'm not sure about, if there's a procedure. I'm pretty sure there is a procedure. So, but maybe that's why he took ownership, because maybe he feels like if he goes to court on the situation, it may be thrown out because one, the gun is not, stolen or has a body on it. The only issue would be is that, he's a felon with possession of a firearm. It's like, man, you're a celebrity, you have the money, you should just, have these bodyguards. You're Lil Wayne, so I understand. You may have to be concerned about your protection and your safety. So, also too, let's move forward to Tory Lanez pleads not guilty against Megan Thee Stallion. It could face up to 22 years if found guilty. So, what's your take on that?
Let the chips fall where they need to fall. If he didn't do anything, I hope the truth comes out and he walks away from this. If he's an innocent man, I don't wish any ill will to anybody that's innocent. And you know what I mean? And he didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? I still don't know enough facts. I've been keeping tabs on things here and there. It doesn't seem like anything new has come out recently. If something did, it came under my nose, so I apologize for that one. But he seems like he's keeping his side of the story on his side. It seems that Megan Thee Stallion is keeping her side of the story on her side. Let everything be played out in court. Let everyone have their fair shake at it. Let everyone have their side of the story. Let the evidence really make sense. If the evidence adds up that way, I mean, it is what it is. The evidence adds up the other way, it is what it is. But let them get a fair shake at it. That's all I ask. That's all anybody wants. You know what I'm saying? And if he's truly innocent, let's move on to the next thing. And if he's guilty, you know what I'm saying? You got to accept consequences for what you do. It's that simple. Every crime, I say this to everybody, no matter what. If you do anything, you have to accept what you do. Like if you're a speeder, you like going 100 miles an hour with 30, if you get pulled over, you got to accept that. You know what I'm saying? If you were doing some bullshit, like I tell everybody, before you do any dirt, accept consequences with it. You feel me? So even if you're gonna be like, well, listen, I'm gonna rob a 7-Eleven for all the candy. If you want to accept that consequence, cool. Is it worth it to you? Whatever. That's what I'm saying. Don't do anything unless you can accept the consequences. But I will say this: if he didn't do it, he doesn't have to accept any consequence because he's innocent. So we got to get back to the whole innocent to be proven guilty. In the court of opinion, a lot of people marked him guilty already, but I haven't really heard anything that made me feel like he's on the wrong as of yet. Maybe with the court, maybe things, more evidence and actual facts will come out, which will give us the reason to actually think about what may have happened. But until that day, you know what I mean? We'll have his day in court and stand tall, stand 10 toes deep on the ground if you know what I'm saying, you're innocent. And if you did your shit, you know what? Hopefully your lawyer can get you out and find a loophole, man. It's just that simple.
Word. So he's due back in court January 20th, the new year. My feelings are similar to yours. My feelings about the situation remain the same. Mama said it from young. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Simple as that. I have my own personal feelings on this, but I can't. I'm glad that we're here now. No more speculation. No more Instagram court. You know what I'm saying? No more of that bullshit. We're actually gonna get the facts, court of law, and we're gonna get to the bottom of it. And most importantly, the right if the person to be punished and we receive closure. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he is innocent, good for him. But then it's the question of what do you do with false accusations? So I can't wait till this is resolved. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like a lot of people are looking forward to it. So we can actually find out what's what and who's who officially now. No more nonsense.
A question that was brought up about this whole Tory Lanez situation. Why is it okay for women to snitch? Was one of them. that was one of the questions. Somebody really wanted to know that. Why is it okay? Because if this was a situation with two guys, and they had a situation, it wouldn't have gotten to court. They wouldn't have came out and been like, bro, you know you shot me 2 times. Da da da. You feel me? Like it wouldn't have happened. You feel me? So somebody actually like, can you please talk about this on your next podcast? So I'm like, why is it okay for women to tattletale or to snitch or whatever? Because it was another rapper out here, another man, and be like, you shot me 2 times in my foot. Like, you know, well, I don't know. Like,
I don't think it's so much about it being okay as much it is about making sure that we protect our women. You know what I mean? I think it's more about protection of women rather than the it's okay to snitch issue. Because that is important, and sometimes people can get lost in translation and not understand what you're saying by asking for facts and wanting to know what's going on. Don't mean that it's okay to harm women or that you're not invested in protecting women. So that's the most important thing. And it's not so much about snitching. We just want to protect our women. That's all.
And we 100% agree on that. Another person somebody also made a comment saying like, well, in the meantime, if Tory Lanez is either going to get locked up or go to jail or he's going to be free, he's living his best life right now, enjoying his Instagram and having all these girls twerking and doing their little booty shaking contests and pouring milk all over these hoes. That's what they said in the comments. So I just wanted to repeat what they said. You feel me? So Tory Lanez looked like he living his best life. Like if he's gonna go to jail, he's gonna make sure he run through a couple women before he go to jail. You feel me? God knows if he's gonna get off or if he's gonna have to serve time.
But listen, here's the thing though, you know, in the whole like, you know, with the whole shit about like why is it okay for women to snitch and whatnot. We don't know and this is just us being right down the middle, honest about what's going on. We don't know what happened at all. So you're saying like, okay, she's snitching on this and that. But like, you know, Lance said, we got to protect our women. You know, no one's more disrespected than the Black woman, period. They're the most disrespected women out here. So like you said, there's a sense of we have to protect them. So if she's telling the truth, we have to protect them because they're already dogged out every chance they get. They put on 2 makeup, they're looking like a whore. They put on certain clothes, they're dressing like a whore. Oh, this and that, you know, oh, their hair is fake. They just insult them every angle they can. And that's why, you know, we have to do our best to protect them. If she's making this up, she should get the full wrath for being a liar and putting an innocent Black man in jail. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna take cherry pick a side. Now, with that, is she snitching? We got into a long debate. Is this snitching or not? As a Black man, he's probably, if he did this wrong, he's dead ass wrong for that. He should have did the best he could to protect his so-called woman. And by doing that, you know, he violated. Let's talk about people violating the code. If you did this to a woman, you violated the code. If he's wrong, like I said, I'm all for just keeping it 100 and keeping it G. You know, we talk about, okay, you know, snitching's the code too, don't break that code. But let's talk about violating a woman, violating your woman, violating a sister. You broke the code too, but we don't bring that to the table. You know what I'm saying? And that's only if I'll bring that to the table if he was wrong. If he was right, fuck her. You know what I'm saying? If he was wrong, you got to get the business too. You know what I'm saying? So that's just 100% being honesty. If she breaks the code, yeah, we'll take that. And that's for us to decide. But if he broke the code, we got to get on his ass too for breaking the code.
I hate that quote you used. I agree with every word.
Moving forward to the next topic. So I believe Jim Jones is the one that said it. Like, yo, rappers are the most most dangerous career to have because they're the most targeted. That's the word, targeted.
Targeted, yeah.
Yeah. So so we pretty much saw this month with Benny the Butcher got shot. I guess they were trying to rob him for his chain. Is it Mo3? With Boosie Badass, which also got shot as well in the leg and just got out of surgery. And also with King Von. Do you think I saw like a soldier said like their career is more dangerous than being a rapper, but do you feel like rappers are the most targeted individuals and is a dangerous career just for being a rapper and having that celebrity fame and that their life is pretty much at risk, like they don't have no type of privacy, people know where they're at all times, they just check their their Instagram, their Facebook, their tour dates if they want to rob them because they walk around with thousands of dollars worth of jewelry and maybe cash on hand, So what's your take on that?
I'll let Lance.
I can see why they say that. A lot of these rappers, they come out of these neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? People's watch them grow over time, so you're gonna get jealousy over that. You know what I'm saying? So anytime you get fame and people see you grow, that's part of it. Then as you get bigger, you travel, you get haters and all kinds of people who are just negative in general. So I get 100% see why he said that statement. They would like a lot of rappers with jewelry to flash the money. So that make you a target, period. You could be a regular person walking around, big chain and walking around with stacks of cash and you become a target. Now put a celebrity on you where they can actually track your movements and you fuck around and slip up and give a location in the wrong area. So, it's a very valid statement. I may not 100% agree. If I really think about it, I'm sure we could find something else, but there's nothing wrong with him making that statement.
Just being famous in general, I won't even put it on a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of celebrities from different backgrounds, from everything you can think of, have security, a bodyguard, protection, whatever. So just being out there in general, you always get people that are nuts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we go all the way back to a nigga said he shot Reagan because of Jodie Foster. So there's always been nuts and fucking crazy people out there, and people that need to be protected with that. You being famous in general could increase the amount of attention you get in a negative way. Absolutely. So him saying that it's dangerous, I won't say it's the most dangerous because I'm not gonna say, a firefighter when he goes into a burning building, he's a rapper's probably easier life for him. You know what I'm saying? There's other jobs out there that's more dangerous. But saying I can put a certain amount of energy and support what he's saying as far as saying it's dangerous, doing what we do because it comes with all this extra unnecessary bullshit on top of it. I can get behind that, but I'm not gonna say it's the most dangerous. But it's all about, what you put your, what's in your circle, what you put, the energy you put out, the vibes you put out. Sometimes the shit you put out there can come back and get you. So if you talk a certain way, you live a certain lifestyle, sometimes it comes and gets you. So in that circumstance, I feel like there's certain people that did live that, that had that lifestyle and circumstance around them, and they're smart. They're like, okay, I know where I came from. I know the energy that's out there. Whether it's true or not, they take certain necessary steps. Like, okay, I gotta have a bodyguard here. I have to have an armored car here. I have to make sure I have protection here. I have to make sure I move this way. Because as Lance said, once you get put in a situation of you put yourself to become vulnerable, or you catch, as we say, you got caught slipping, shit can happen to you. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to be aware of what's going on in the world around you and what attention to circle around you. And you have to be smart about it and realize how you need to move differently. Some people, when they get successful, or when they get money and they do things, they got to understand that they're not in the same lane that they once were. So you have to move differently to take care of yourself and be safe. And it's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people get caught slipping when they don't get to the point when they realize that I am not the everyday average Joe anymore. You know what I'm saying? I got to move differently. So I think that's basically how to sum all that up. You know what I mean?
All right, moving on. Rapper Blueface Airbnb's his house, and Chris Brown starts an OnlyFans page. I mean, personally, I feel like there's no problem with this. You feel me? Especially with COVID right now. You know, like these artists are, you know, dependent on, you know, concerts and guest appearances. You know, like maybe just them going up to a meet and greet may have been $10,000, which is a daily a daily thing for them. And now it's like, yo, we're like 7-8 months into this whole COVID thing. So it's just like, yo, you know, some people want to kind of shame these artists, like, oh, they got an Airbnb their house. Like, you feel me? I'm like, shit, to me, that's another hustle. And I feel like that's a hustler's mentality. And you shouldn't feel no type of way trying to, you know, provide for your family and for yourself. You feel me? Shit, if I was able to Airbnb my house out and make extra income or another type of income during the meantime until, you know, concerts start popping again or whatever like that, I don't see no problem with it. You know, also too, you know, you got Chris Brown. He just I think he's about to start his OnlyFans page. You know, Tiger has an OnlyFans page. Cardi B has an OnlyFans page. You know, whatever content that they're gonna, you know, share with their OnlyFans. If people are willing to pay that $20 OnlyFans, I see there's no problem to it. I don't feel like it should be a hit towards their career or who they are as an artist or whatever like that. It's like, yo, the whole world is in a damn pandemic. You feel me? Maybe Chris Brown's gonna perform in his living room for you, and if you willing to pay that, then you feel me? That should be no hurt towards Chris Brown's career. So, you know, if people talking shit that he's you know, settling right now for only fan phase in his career, bro, everybody's career is suffering right now with this whole pandemic. So I just feel like it's just a bunch of fucking bullshit. Everybody knows Chris Brown is a legend. He's a GOAT. He's our you know, Michael Jackson of our generation. And people probably wish they could fucking be Chris Brown. They fucking hating on the nigga, to be honest. You feel me? Yeah, what's your take?
I think anybody that's hating on that is just, those are fucking haters. Because no one's going to go to their OnlyFans page and no one's going to pay them to stop at their Airbnb, which is a good hustle. I don't give a fuck how you get it. And it's a legit hustle. And the crazy thing is, you write that shit off on your taxes. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's just a smart thing to do. And anybody that's hating on that is either A, they can't afford to put their place on Airbnb because they don't have the money or the financials of the property to do it. And B, no one's probably going to come to their OnlyFans page. I guarantee you right now, if someone's like, hey, you can get some bread for setting up an OnlyFans page, I'll do it. Fuck it. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, you mean all I have to do is just give exclusive videos to the people that sign on to me and I get all this money? Yeah. Let me do it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they don't have to lower themselves and make some porno on their OnlyFans page. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's on them. You feel me? But the people that are hating on that is because no one wants to pay you to look at your ugly, stank, fucked up ass, and you that cause jealousy. So you're like, oh, look at him, he's falling off the top. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he found back, we said, like, yo, we in the pandemic. However, you gotta get your money. You feel what I'm saying? So fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, everyone's out there kind of, you know, make their hustle as the shit's going down. You feel what I'm saying? Even us right now we're in the comfortability of our own locations, our own private spots, making a great show for the people to see. And if it was up to us, we'd be back under, you know, when it's masses at the radio station, doing our thing, getting it rocking and rolling. But you got to be, you know, you have to play the hand that you're dealt, not the hand that you want sometimes to get to the bread. You feel what I'm saying? So all that shit is some hating ass shit. You know what I mean? Get at me when they do something stupid or dumb. Like, this shit is a waste of fucking time. Some real shit.
Exactly. This OnlyFans thing, that I don't even know why shit like that make the news. You know what I mean? Like, who cares the man making the OnlyFans? Maybe it's because I'm a dude. Like he's that, like, musically he that dude, but I don't really care about no OnlyFans page. I don't care about no female OnlyFans page. I ain't subscribed to none of that shit. I can't see myself dropping no monthly fees to basically look at Instagram on steroids. That don't make no damn sense. But the funniest thing about the Chris Brown OnlyFans shit is some of the comments coming out of it. One chick was like, "Oh, so he gonna be beating something other than women?" I almost fell out my seat when I read that shit. Like, like, it's fucked up, but it's funny as shit.
Yo, niggas said like, yo, he's gonna be his meat harder than women. When I heard that, I laughed. That shit's funny. But look at it. He's talking about it right now, so he must be doing something right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fact, shit's crazy. And then the doing the Airbnb with your crib, that's easy bread. And it's not even he's got strict rules about the spot he's renting out.
No
It's
part.
a person limit, it's no pets, no smoking, no parties. You ain't gonna have nobody really going in his crib fucking his shit up. That's an easy 2,500 a night for somebody that's just gonna show up and may not even fuck that night. Like he got so many rules, like that's easy bread. So I'm not knocking that hustle either. I don't care who you are, rapper, regular person. If you got the space and you can get that kind of bread for basically an extra room or another house, man, do what you gotta do.
Yo, 100%, 100%. Yo, moving on to the next topic. Yo, Busta Rhymes gets healthy. Yo, so Busta Rhymes just dropped an album. Yo, it's pretty fire. I ain't gonna lie. He also dropped a few music videos to the album and stuff like that. But he's been doing a bunch of interviews lately, and he was talking about like how he was feeling unhealthy and looking unhealthy, and he was actually losing his vocals and stuff. You feel me? And I guess he had some something like on his vocals that they had to like I guess do surgery on, and he almost like lost his life. You feel me? So I don't know. A lot of people seen the picture of him on Instagram. He got like a six-pack going on and stuff like that. So he wanted to talk about about getting healthy and stuff. I know right now we got Thanksgiving coming up, and I'm finna eat on Thanksgiving. You feel me? But we all gotta you all gotta jump on that health. And the thing is, for the culture, dog, sometimes we live an unhealthy lifestyle. Like, we wake up in the morning, you have a blunt for breakfast, you drinking soda, we quick to eat fast food. We no longer take the time to, cook food and take the time to, nurture our bodies and stuff like that. But the interview that he talked about was pretty deep. You feel me? And most of the time, like most of these entertainers, they exhibit an unhealthy lifestyle, but in actuality, most of these rappers and entertainers that you look up to live a pretty healthy lifestyle. And that's like the shit that they're not showing you to get to that level of success. Because these guys wake up in the morning, they drink their CMOS, they take their immunity stuff, they go for a jog, they exercise, they work out because they need to have their bodies with the fuel for them to even be able to perform and be on tour and run that extra mile to do all of this stuff to be up in the studio. I'm telling you, like a lifestyle of drinking and smoking and eating unhealthy and stopping every day at these fast food restaurants because they're on tour, we would honestly actually break them down. You feel me? So don't get it twisted. Sometimes in these music videos and stuff like that, they showing stuff like that they're just chilling all the time. To be honest, they working like 25/8, like 25 hours in a day and 8 days in a week, all grinding, no sleep. So, I guess Busta Rhymes was talking about how he was living an unhealthy lifestyle and it was beginning to affect him. And then he thought he may have even gotten to lose his life in the surgery if it didn't go right. And, a lot of us, like, we providers for our family. And I like one thing that he told the doctor. He told the doctor straight up, like, this surgery needs to go right because there's too many people that depend on me. You feel me? So, for the culture, we got to get healthy, So what's your take on this, Lance or D-Wise?
Well, it's a drastic improvement. Like you could clearly see how big he had gotten. He said he had gotten almost to like 340 from 260 or 270. So that's a lot of weight. And the vocal cord thing you were talking about, he had developed polyps on his vocal cords. And they said that it constricted like 90% of his breathing or something like that. And so he said stuff like that. Said when his pops died, recently said like that's what really got him into really like not eating right, drinking, smoking, and really not caring. But it's like you said, it's all about that routine of staying healthy. Like a lot of things can happen in life, but most important thing is to make sure you get some kind of workout in, some kind of something to get your blood flowing. You could run, do push-ups, however you're gonna start. Because he was saying I was breathing heavy, I was put on blood pressure medicine. So just like that, it's not even something that happens in a long period of time. Sometimes it really does just jump up on you because you lost focus for a short stretch of time. But his workouts are intense. He details them in a couple in an interview or two. But most importantly, it should be motivation for all of us that we see it, we can realize we're going down the wrong way. But if we put the effort in, we could turn it around and be abbed out like Busta.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I feel like everyone needs to take from this pandemic is, your health is so important because the people that really suffer from this, what I mean? It's not good for anyone to get, but if you get it, if if you have diabetes, your blood pressure is high, if you're out of shape, it fucks you up a lot worse than someone that's, healthy for the most part. So any message needs to be brought, attention to is that take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Whatever you got to do, try to go outside. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not in my college way. I'm definitely not in my playing way, whatever. But, we have to make the effort to go out and just walk. Let walks become jogs. You feel what I'm saying? Just do something to get some fresh air in your lungs. Do some push-ups, like you said. Get that cardio going. This is a upper respiratory disease that's coming with it. That's what COVID does. It attacks your breathing. So you really got to do things to, exercise and get that going. And being lazy and sitting on your butt all day and not living a healthy lifestyle could be your ass. You know what I'm saying? So you really just got to be on point, and that's a message. And it's good that someone like Busta's talking about that. And what they don't talk about is a lot of these, musicians, rappers, singers, whatever. They have private chefs, and that doesn't really get highlighted. What highlights is that they got a bottle of Hennessy and they're eating wings. You know what I mean? And they out there eating that shit. But they ain't talking about that, when the cameras are off, that their private chef is cooking for them and that they're counting their calories for them, or they got to do all these things outside when the cameras go off. You just see everything's being catered, or when they're at a shoot, how they got all this junk food there so they can eat. You know what I'm saying? They're not talking about when they're at home. So it's good for someone of Busta Rhymes level, celebrity to come out there and say, I was fucking up, but now I'm back on track. And I feel like that's a message for everybody, especially with COVID out there. Eat better. The crazy thing is we'll spend all this money to get the best of the best car, and then we'll put the best of the best gasoline in our car. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to us, we'll make sure that we get McDonald's or Burger King, or we'll put some bullshit fuel in our bodies, in our temples or whatever. But then we'll have our materialistic things. We'll give our materialistic things like our car that costs, $100,000, the best of the best gas, with the best of the best oil. And if anything's wrong, we take it to the mechanic immediately to make sure it's okay. But we don't do it for ourselves. If something's aching us, we'll just, I don't need to go to the doctor. I don't need to do this. I don't need to take any medication. I don't need to, you know what I mean? We put ourselves on the back burner before our materialistic things. And just one scratch, one scrape, we'll take care of that right away. And we need to apply that to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Something's not right, let me go check it out. And what we do too as a culture, we hurry up and we always do the quick fix. So if we got a headache, let me take these pills and just ignore that. Let's think about, man, why am I getting a headache? Am I not drinking enough water? You know what I mean? Am I eating bullshit things? Am I eating so high sodium that's fucking with my, giving me a headache? What am I doing? Because a lot of these things that we take these pills for, if we were to go out there and just do the natural remedy of, let me drink more water, let me take care of myself, let me eat properly, let me go out and get a little exercise in. All these little ailments we have will go away, but we don't want to talk about that.
And definitely, we need to start talking about this for the culture and actually applying. You feel me? Because one thing I always tell people, people say knowledge is power, but I always tell people applied knowledge is power. You feel me? You got to apply it because, a lot of times you be like, how you did that? Well, you got to do, 33 push-ups and 15 sit-ups. You'll look like this. But then it's like, oh, so the remedy, but you just not applying that remedy. So, oh, how you get rich like this? Like, you need to do this every day. And it's like, I know it's tough. You feel me? But, in this life, we need to develop a health plan to get us through this journey called life. You feel me? Because it's only going to be easier if you're healthier. There's a quote that I heard: "The healthier the tree, the healthier the fruit it can offer." Sometimes when I'm hanging out with my daughter and stuff like that, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't eat this or shouldn't do this or whatever, so I can offer her healthier fruit and of myself. You feel me? So or applying stuff to myself so I can to give to others. You feel me? Moving on to the next topic, we're going on the sports news. So this week was the NBA draft. You know, people were looking forward to it. So
sum this up, because the draft will probably take an hour in itself to analyze everything. I think the most important thing we're going to talk about the top 10. I think that'd be a good thing. I feel like that's what's going on. The top 10 teams in the NBA that are probably, obviously they're in the draft, so that's the teams that did the worst off. And I'm gonna ask Lance. Lance, you want to go from 10 to 1, or you want to go from 1 to 10?
Now we go 10 to 1. I like that.
Okay. So who had the number 10 spot were the Suns. And the Suns drafted a talent. His name is Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith is a 6'10" power forward. He comes from Maryland, left his sophomore year. I'll let you kick into that. What do you think about the Suns taking a power forward? And is that the right move with the chemistry that they already have?
I wouldn't have picked them just off the top of my head, because you already have DeAndre Ayton. I would have, me personally, I'd have looked for maybe another wing, especially a wing defender. But I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with the pick. Big guy, athletic guy. But anytime you get bigs with Chris Paul, you just look out for the lobs, because they're coming. Chris Paul is going to improve this team dramatically. So the pick works. I'm not against it.
I'll say this: he's 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan. They say he's mobile, so he can move around. We're going into a place in the NBA where we're really starting to get to positionless basketball. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, the actual center is kind of gone. You know what I mean? There ain't no more Shaqs out there. I would love, and like I said, this is why Shaq was a once-in-a-lifetime, athlete. You feel what I'm saying? But I would love another Shaq-like player with dominance like that to see how he would be, how he would insert himself in today's league. But I think it's sooner or later it's going to happen. You're going to have Shaq with a 3-point shot. That's going to be dope if that ever happens. That's what the league's going to, which you're starting to see more and more power forwards and centers being able to, hit an open 3-point shot. You feel what I'm saying? But they're more lengthy and skinny and mobile. I would love to see a banger with a touch, which, they're out there, but it's like the game's not really focusing on them. That's what it's going to have to be. But in this, today's league, we'll see, to keep up with the Suns' already, talent, which what's the shooter's name over there? Light-skinned cat. I can't think of the brother's name right now.
Booker? Devin Booker.
Yeah, Booker. It's his team. They're hinting that he may want out. The only way to keep him there is to surround him with talents that can match his game. Are you going to be able, we'll see, is he going to be able to run up and down the court with that quick guard? I don't know. They talked about him defensively was his strength. He was first, he was all Big Ten first team. 6'10", already 225. They're saying they can definitely put more muscle in. His defense analysis, good. You know what I'm saying? He says he has great tendency, good. He could be their anchor that they need. And what's always welcomed, I don't know what his offense is going to be, but, you always want a rim protector. So they're analyzing, saying that could be his job. So we'll see how that goes. You want to move on to the Wizards?
Yeah, Denny Avdia. I hope I said that right. The 6'9" wing player. The boy got game. That's the most important thing to take from it. I don't know what he does with the Wizards when you have a ball-dominant point guard in John Wall, but if he can play off ball, then I see no reason why the talent wouldn't work. I get a little concerned about John Wall. What are you going to do with him? I don't necessarily see John Wall standing in the corner waiting for the ball to be kicked to him for him to hit corner threes. So it's interesting to see what they're going to do, but between him and Bradley Beal, I think they'll go perfectly. Yeah,
Wall, Beal, that's their team, obviously, so they're going to kind of do what they want to on the Wizards. They're saying that with his strength, he's 6'9". He's the man. He plays for Maccabi, which is Israel. He came from there. He's a 2-time EuroLeague champion, whatever. Says very competitive, great in the open court, and he could be that other spot-up shooter when Wall drives to the basket and they, everyone's cutting, whatever. They say he's great at cutting as well, but he can play his role. So if he goes right into their system, He'll be wide open, 6'9", shooter in the corner or on the wing, whatever, boom. If he's not getting any attention, he'll cut. So he's athletic enough to, get for the open layup or a dunk, whatever. Defense, they say he's solid on defense. The European players are really coming over to the NBA and showing that, because the old myth was like they played no defense, or that European shit was good over there, but how you gonna act when you come over to the States? So, that's through time, they've been improving. They accept the American game and they take that little European game into it and put it into the NBA, and they become a somewhat threat. So I think this could be good for the Wizards. As long as he understands, like I said, I don't think he's going to switch up the chemistry so much. I think he's going to add on to Wall and Beal. So that's what's good about him. And I see him, he can move around. He can go to a power forward, even though he's a small forward, if they need him to, everyone does small ball now. So he can go to the power forward and move around. You know what I'm saying? And give whoever's guarding him a hard time.
I agree.
Knicks, they got the hometown kid. They got the Brooklyn boy from Obi Toppin, from 6'9" power forward. He came from Dayton, right? He came from Ohio.
Dayton,
right?
yeah.
And he did his thing. He did his thing over there. What are you thinking about him so far?
Well, first off, I'm happy it seems like the Knicks drafted a player who understands the value of being a Knick. The boy was emotional on that couch, and he said it when he was being interviewed. He said, "I'm not going to take it for granted." He got a good little game. Nice to see the offensive game. He could shoot, finish around the basket. His story's actually even better than his game is. Had no offers coming out of high school. I think he went to a prep school, then transferred to Davidson, and every year and every step his game improved. So I'm happy for the kid. My second favorite player in the draft that was taken in the top 10, and I'm just really looking forward to see what he does for the Knicks, because I definitely wasn't a fan of R.J. Barrett last year. So I'm expecting Obi to be a lot better than that.
I mean, let's keep real. He averaged 20 points in college with 7.5 rebounds. His percentage is 63.3, which I think he's finished for all NCAA all time, within the top 3, top 4 of percentages for field goal percentage. His strength is he's an explosive leaper and finisher, runs the floor real well. So he's a running gun type of guy. He scores both inside and outside, and they say he's a capable rim protector. So at 6'9", what I believe it says wingspan is around 6'11". You feel what I'm saying? He's explosive. It's good. And it's always great when you are drafted by the hometown and you love where you're from and he wants to do something with the Knicks. He wants to be that guy. He wants to put the Knicks on his shoulders and he wants to carry them somewhere. So that's always good when you have a player want to do that. I just hope the Knicks do something to keep building up and support that team, because it seems like they'll get somebody and then they'll trade them because they said we're going to rebuild next year. That's always their story. So we'll see what they do with them. Next, so that was the Knicks. So Pistons, they drafted Killian Hayes. What do you think about Killian Hayes?
I'm not gonna lie, he got a little game, but I'm not a fan of him. That's the thing about this draft this year. It's a couple of these dudes, they got game, they got skills, they got a certain skill set that they bring to the table and all that. But I wasn't really a fan. I'm not really a fan of the kid's game. He was the top 10 pick, deservingly so, but I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It was only 2 or 3 kids that I really had faith in this draft.
I'm gonna be real. This one was probably a harder draft because there was no superstar talent this year. You feel what I'm saying? You had people that were more popular than other people name-wise, but there wasn't that one person I will give up anything to get this person. There was no LeBron James in this draft. There's no Michael Jordan in this draft. There's no, other top draft picks, you know what I mean, that everyone was focusing on. It was kind of who can fit with my team? Who's got the best chemistry? With him, I think his dad played a little something. He's a 6'5" point guard, they said. He's got about a 6'8" wingspan. He does his things over in France. You know what I mean? What else can you say about this guy? They say that his IQ is very high. So of course, being a point guard, you better have a good IQ. Scores a variety of pull-ups and step back, so he has that European game. You feel what I'm saying? They're basically saying just another tall point guard. His position, though, they're saying that for where he's at, they would like to see him do a little too, be at the shooting guard position. But like, let's be honest, who else is there, for the Pistons?
I agree. I'm not. That's why I said I ain't mad at the pick, but I probably would have took Obi over Killian Hayes. They already talking about trading Blake Griffin, so I didn't necessarily see why they did that. But like I said, if Killian Hayes must have just fit a need for them, because there was some steals later, and I'm telling you, got a little game, but like you were talking about earlier, there ain't too many franchise changes in this draft. Absolutely. Like you said, there was no clear number one. We all know who the real number one was. It was LaMelo Ball. But
we'll get to that guy. We'll talk about him. Don't skip it. We're gonna get to him. Maybe when we get to him, then we'll talk. All
right. My bad.
Number 6, the Hawks drafted. I'm going to murder his name, and I apologize. Onyeka Okungwu. That's the best I got. And if I murder your name, I apologize, young man. It's no disrespect. I just, I suck at the pronunciation. It's definitely not a name you hear every day. But I'm not gonna shit on, your ability and what you've done. You definitely were all Pac-12 first team, all freshman team selection. Set a USC freshman record with 76 blocks. You know what I mean? So you're serious business. Your size with athleticism, they're saying is your strength. So the side drive and your athleticism and your skill motor, they're saying that's great. Very active in the paint on both sides of the ball. So you're already coming in playing on defense and offense. They said you're an elite rim protector with your timing. So you have something that can't be taught. Timing is usually there or not. It's hard to really pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And skill level, they're saying that, you're going to continue to improve. So I just say going to the Hawks, Trae Young could use him. That's someone that you can, give the ball to. And having a rim protector is someone that's a defensive mind, because Trae Young's so offense, and he's going to pull. But the thing is that you are good on defense and offense. Let them try to, double you or try to do something where a pick and roll, like Trae Young's game, I feel like that's what's missing, because he rolls so he can get an open shot. He really doesn't look toward the pass, and people argue, who does he have to pass to? So someone like this guy who runs and guns with him, it'll help open up Trae Young's game as far as doing pick and rolls and popping, or just, when they cheat off of it, because they always cheat off of him. He makes it a lot, but they cheat off him because they know he's going to pull. Having another guy to alley or dump it to can only open up the team's offense.
No, 100%. They get his skill set. His skill set is perfect for Trae Young and the Hawks, because Trae Young is a dribble machine, likes to pull up, pick and roll kind of guy. And here, I believe when he got drafted, Trae Young sent him a tweet, said, "Get ready for them lobs." This is what they're going to try to do with him. They're going to use his athleticism to his advantage. A lot of pick and rolls, high screen and rolls, dumping down to him, and most importantly, they want him to dominate on defense. I don't think the Hawks are done dealing. But I think there's another kid down there. I think his last name is Collins. He has good chemistry with Trae Young. So to pair him up, the Okungwu, wow, I was worse than you butchering that. But I think he'll be fine with in Atlanta. I think he'll be real good. He went to high school with LaMelo Ball. He went to Chino Hill. So kid got a little talent. Maybe
I just want to say rest in peace to his brother that died in a messed up way. Rest in peace to him. His brother was there too. They said his brother was halfway decent. I think he died in a freak accident when he hit his head. So, let that take that strength he's always with you and let that motivate you in a positive way, brother.
Yeah, facts. Definitely condolences to that. I didn't know
that. The next person we got, don't do it. There we go. Things is just acting up. So we got to the Cavaliers pick, who they said was the best defender in the draft, which is Isaac Okoro.
Yep.
His strength, they're saying defense. They're saying he's a lockdown defender. Don't know if that's what the Cavs. You can always use a lockdown defender, especially the lead is going to, can you guard the wings? Because that's who's getting the most attention. So that's good with him. They're saying that he's about 6'6", 225. Pluses for this guy, physically imposing wing with an emerging skill set, highly versatile and powerful defender, of course, attacks the rim and finishes through contact, and says strong intangibles, and it says a high basketball IQ. So what do you think the ceiling is for this guy, and was it right for the Cavaliers to get him?
He sounds like Jimmy Butler. Like he's more physical than if you look at him, he's more physically imposing than a Jimmy Butler, strong, fast feet, like you said, elite defender, and going to the rack and using his athleticism to finish is gonna be what he does on offense. And if he works on the Jimmy, kudos to him. But walking into the league, this kid's gonna be really good locking people down, like you said. It's a guard and wing dominated game. And you have to be able to guard these people. So I love the pick, honestly.
And we'll go down to the next person. I'm a Bulls fan, so we picked up Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams, 6'8", came from Florida State. Basically, they'll say what his strengths are. It says physical specimen with an improving skill set. They said that he's very hungry and that he works out hard. Can play both inside and outside, which is good because that's what the game's going. Positionless basketball again. That's always good. Soft, said solid skill base with a soft touch and good feet, and versatile and aggressive defender. We'll see what he does. I think the Bulls are always they're another team like the Knicks. They're always doing something to move somebody around because they're always rebuilding. So we'll see what he wants to do. I think he's a decent piece. Hopefully they give him, with him and Zach LaVine, hopefully they can make things happen. They're putting him at the small forward position, so there'll be another wing to help. They have Kobe's over there, Zach LaVine and him. Let's see if they can do something with that. Let's see if they'll do some run and gun things. And of course, like we just mentioned, you need a good wing defender. You need someone that I can put you in front of him and you can contain him. Maybe not stop him, but can you contain him? He usually gets 35. Can you stop him to get 20? Things like that. So I'll see what he is. And they say he's bright. He's a hard worker. And I don't know what you got to say about the guy.
Anytime you can draft a kid that works hard this high up in the draft, it's great. You hope that his work ethic isn't his only talent. Then you end up with a Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. But I like the pairing of him and LaVine. Anytime you get an athletic 2 and a 3, you basically can say, hey, man, guard yours, I'll guard mine. Let's run in transition. Let's get easy buckets. So I love that. I'm nervous about outside shooting because you don't want to be the guy that's always allowing the defense to come back the lane and guard the paint on you like they do Giannis. But from a standpoint of building a team, the pick is great. Hold on to LaVine, maybe put some other quality pieces around him, and hope his game continues to grow. Because if not, he's just going to be a guy that works hard. And as good as that is, you want to add some definitive skill set to that. If he does that, he could be really good for the Chicago Bulls.
They need it. Okay, now we go to your guy. The Hornets went and got LaMelo Ball. His strengths, you know what I'm saying? Of course, it says elite, has elite size and vision for the point guard. Gifted ball handler who can play at different speeds. Exceptional passer while on the move. And terrific rebounder for his position. I just want to put the little joke there. They said Jordan really got him so he can shut down his dad about beating him one-on-one. They said this is coming. All the insiders said Jordan's really going to tell his dad, show up with the shorts. I'm tired of this. And just come get it. And he said he don't need no cameras. He don't need nothing. He just wants to, practice is over? Come here. He's like, oh, you didn't bring your shorts and shoes? It just so happens I have a pair of brand new Jordans and brand new Jordan shorts for you right there on the side. Let's get it. Just saying that point, all jokes aside, talented. Hopefully, they said he's got to pick up his three-point shooting. And he's got to pick up his defense. I feel like he's a hard worker. He's going to get to that point. Jordan sees potential. He commented, he said, I believe this kid is the real deal. I see potential in him. Another tall point guard, 6'7" point guard. They lost Kemba Walker, so that would be a good fill-in. They need another point guard with great vision and stuff like that. I think Kemba was more of a scorer. He can pass, but that wasn't his first, instinct was to pass the ball. This guy's first instinct is he can score, but he's got good court vision and he can pass the ball on the dribble. Going north and south passing is always a little bit better than going east and west passing. I tell people that all the time. So what do you feel about him?
LaMelo Ball is a fucking star. I'm not gonna lie, I was very disappointed when he wasn't picked first, but when he fell to past the Warriors, I said, "Oh, this is easy. Let's go, Mike. This is gonna be the best draft pick Mike's had in his career as a GM and running and owner operator. Well, not operator, but as the GM and the owner of the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo Ball about to change lives in Charlotte. If you haven't watched the Charlotte Hornets game, you will next year. That's the kind of talent my boy has. He's right off the back. He's the best player on the team. I don't want no disrespect. I don't want to hear nothing about no Terry Roziers or Cody Zeller. I don't want to hear none of that. This is the LaMelo Ball show. His daddy gonna get his ass whooped by Michael. That's a fact. First day of practice, I fully expect Mike to have the court blocked off for them to play. The shoes, the shorts, everything. He gonna tell them whatever you need. Use the locker room, but you gonna come out here and get this work. I 100% expect that to happen. But LaMelo Ball is going to 100% change lives in Charlotte. I expect Charlotte to be a playoff team next year because of LaMelo Ball.
Now he's got a lot of height. He's got to fill some shoes, but I feel that there's not his brother. I feel like Lonzo had a huger target on his back. He really did. I feel like niggas just I feel like when Patrick Beverley and that other people in the league saw Lonzo, they're like, I'm gonna serve you up so hard because your dad needs to shut the fuck up. And I'm not going against it. I think again, all his kids went to the pros. His son, the middle child was in the D League or the G League. I apologize. And the other two guys made it to the NBA. So he's a good father. I'm not against that. You feel me? I'll never shut down. This black man did great for his kids, and he gave them the confidence to believe to make it to the next level. But you do want him, like Maddie said, you kind of want him to come into the league and feel their own. And I don't feel that he has that much of a target on his back as his other brother. So I really feel that he's going to work with it. He's going to do well his rookie year. Everyone's kind of said that he's going to be great, but people don't want to embarrass him the way they wanted to embarrass Lonzo. You feel what I'm saying? So I think he's going to come on his own. I think he's going to be decent. As long as he improves on the thing he has to improve on, I think that going to Charlotte might be a great move for him. Next, the Warriors picked James Wiseman. I think this was great. This is the only 7+ footer that was in the draft that I saw great potential for. You feel what I'm saying? Center, but they say can go on that wing. If you leave him open, he'll take the other center with him. He'll pop a 3-point shot right in the face. Very athletic. They said good IQ. Good for the Warriors to get that because they need a rim protector because they don't really have that. They said elite physical profile for a modern big man. Long, agile, powerful, explosive off the floor. Solid skill base with a soft touch and great feet. And can protect the rim and switch on the other side of the perimeter. I think this was great for them. I honestly can be real. I thought that Lonzo was going to get the top 2 at first. But again, there wasn't no real breakthrough. And you had to go for what was good for your team. And I think for the Warriors, this was the best option for their team.
I would have loved to see once LaMelo didn't go to the Chiefs. I'd have loved to see him go to the Warriors, especially with the news about Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and LaMelo Ball would have been the lightest backcourt in history. It would have been lighter than Klay Thompson. But on a serious note, it would have been can't miss basketball. You literally would have had 2 skilled guards bombing from 3 all day long on you, and I would have loved it personally. But the James Wiseman is the pick for them, a big man. He's little David Robinson, Chris Bosh. My only thing, I'm not really the biggest fan of my bigs being left-handed. I'm a little biased. It's not based on nothing real. Honestly, it's just I wasn't the biggest fan of David Robinson, and I wasn't the biggest fan of Chris Bosh until LeBron carried him to a championship. But the man's got skill, size, athleticism. And I think he's going to be a great fit for them. But the Warriors, this was the only 7+ footer that was in the draft that I saw great potential for. You feel what I'm saying? So I think he's going to come on his own. I think this was great for them. and they say he has the.
Yeah, I don't know. His microphone went out. We want to continue?
I was gonna see if it was gonna clear back up. He might have to just come back on and off real quick. Okay, I think he's back. Are you back on? Finish your statement.
All right, yeah. So yeah, I think Jameis Wiseman is a good pick. Athletic, finisher on the basket, rim protector. Draymond Green's getting a little old in the tooth, a little long in the tooth. So you need a little young help in the front court. So I like the pick.
And it can put
that game, but
it can help Draymond, be a defender on power forwards alone instead of going and having to go down and kind of be that undersized rim protector / guarding the big man. If he can start guarding, the fours and the threes and stuff like that, that's only going to help them defensively. And he's not going to demand the ball.
Absolutely. This
rookie's not. And then the number 1 draft pick by the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards. I honestly thought he's only 6'3". They say that he's game ready. I didn't see him being the number 1 draft pick, but I guess they're to what the Warriors already have. I mean, not the Warriors. I'm sorry, the Timberwolves already have. They have Karl Anthony Towns, and who else is over there besides Karl Anthony Towns? There's another guard over there.
The D'Angelo Russell.
Yes. So we'll see if they can. Let's see if D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Edwards can mingle, because D'Angelo Russell needs the ball in his hands. But they say that Anthony Edwards is good playing off the ball. They gave him that respect. It even says he's a shooting guard at 6'3". His strengths says powerful guard with elite length and explosiveness, tough to contain on the open floor, 3-level scorer, so he can knock down that 3-point shot, give you a good mid-range and go bang on your head. Can play on the ball and off the ball. That's why they looked at him and they said has the physical tools to be a lockdown defender. So they say he never strides from the point guard to the shooting guard to the small forward position. When they try to switch on him or screen him, he had to go lock down the other defender. In college, they said he was ready. Came out of Georgia. They say he's a dog. What do you think about
him? Unless you think this kid is Dwayne Wade, it's the wrong pick.
They kind of gave him that's the comparison. They gave him a Dwayne Wade comparison.
If this kid ain't Dwayne Wade, the Minnesota Timberwolves continue to hurt themselves. I'm sure this kid is going to turn out to be a quality player. I'm sure he'll turn out to be an all-star. He's another guy with a great story. But I personally don't like a 6'3" guard next to Russell when I had an option at LaMelo Ball. I feel like LaMelo Ball's talent is that great where you put him and Russell in that backcourt and put Karl Anthony Towns at that 5. I've got a young big 3 that I should be able to ride to some kind of success in the Western Conference. Anthony Edwards is a good player. I like the athleticism, like the lockdown defender. I like the fact that he attacks the basket as strong as he does. But I'm not sold on a 6'3" off-ball guard in this era. We have 6'5" and 6'6" point guards. LaMelo's a 6'7" point guard. We're drafting a 6'3" wing guy. He's got to be money from the perimeter. That jump shot has to be basically automatic. I'd like to see the 3-point shooting low 30, 39, 38% or low 40s. This guy has to come in and make an immediate impact to validate a number 1 pick. And I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that.
The only ones that really did like a small guard, bang out, because, Bradley Beal and John Wall, those are kind of 2 small guards on that side. You know what I mean? Not saying that's what he is, but you can make it happen, like you said. Hopefully, for a number 1 pick, your hopes are for immediate impact for a number 1 pick. Everyone said that there was really no wrong answer because there was not that one, he's going to change everything. Some people have hopes and visions for some of the athletes that were drafted, but they don't have a 100% sure lockout thing. Like there's a weakness in everybody that was in the top 10. That's 100% what you were dealt with. You don't have anybody that's going to take I believe the franchise on their shoulders and win overnight. You know, it's going to be a working process. You have people that were more popular than other people that got drafted. That I'll say for sure. But skill-wise, I don't think there's anybody that was like killed them. I will say I was a little shocked that, you know, he was number one. I definitely would say from his stats and what he did in college, he's definitely a top. I'll give him top 5. Easily top 5. We can even debate top 3 or not.
Absolutely.
He was giving out work. I don't want to shit on this man. This man was giving out work, bro. But number one, you kind of want that guy to be like, you next. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how this goes. Well, that's the NBA draft update for the top 10 players. We'll see how the league goes. Hopefully these guys fit in with their teams and we get some entertaining basketball.
All right, before wrapping up the show, we got one more topic. What is a must-have for Thanksgiving for you?
Mac and cheese.
Yeah, mac and cheese. Why are we even talking about anything else? Like,
Word. No raisins, no capers.
Like, yo, if you fuck up the mac and cheese, I don't trust anything else that you did.
Facts. No Drake shit.
I mean, for real, like, don't put no vegetables in your shit. Don't overcomplicate a dish. I said before, noodles, cheese. There's other things that go in there, but I don't need you to try to create some shit. And then, like I said, I will accept. I don't do it on purpose. I don't believe in it. But if you do a breaded, like, you know, breadcrumbs on the top, okay, you tried something, whatever. I just believe you should put more cheese on the top, and then when you cook it, it's perfect. But I will accept that. But anything else, like, people are really trying to put vegetables in this shit. And you know what I'm saying? And yes, I want to be able to, when I scoop that shit out, I want the grease. I want that cheese to stretch out. I want that noodle to be good. And don't overcook the pasta too. Like, I've had mushy mac and cheese, and I'm like, how the cheese more firmer than the noodle? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you are in charge of a dish for Thanksgiving, you got to sell that shit all out. Don't have any rookie do it. Just like the turkey too, or the ham, whatever you have. Don't. If you're the rookie, like, you got to come home with it. Every dish that you have, you are responsible for to the fullest. You know what I mean? I take pride in my mac and cheese. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Mac and cheese has been passed down from my grandparents to my parents to me. You know what I mean? I have different levels of mac and cheese. I have my all white mac and cheese, which is all white cheeses, which is amazing. And then I have the mac and cheese, which is the yellow mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? That's it though. I've never played off that. Everything else is a foul ball. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, mac and cheese all day. DJ Paul Mac, what dish has to be at Thanksgiving for you?
All right, so for people that don't know, I'm Jamaican. So, you know, Jamaican Thanksgiving is not like no turkey and ham. You know, we don't got no ham and no turkey. At a Jamaican Thanksgiving, we got oxtail, rice and peas, curry goat. We have escovy fish. We have fried dumpling. We have breadfruit. So it's just like, you know, so a must-have for me probably got to be that oxtail and that fish. You feel me? With that rice and peas. You feel me? So that's a must-have for me for Thanksgiving. You feel me? So
well, just tell your people to add mac and cheese to it. For some reason,
yeah. So
Jamaica's been trying to get in this mac and cheese game, and I've been proudly giving off my hair. You deserve this because I appreciate oxtail. You know what I mean? With the gravy, I really need the gravy. The gravy makes everything better.
Facts.
Yo, falling off the bone. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and what you and this might be just my ghetto shit. Like, this might just be the type of nigga I am. I don't want your homemade cranberry sauce. I don't at all. I don't want your award-winning, got from your grandmother that, you know, she got things with the fruit and shit. I don't want that. I want the cranberry sauce off the can. I want you I want you to put that shit in the motherfucking refrigerator so it comes out cold. And I want the ridges off it. Don't cube it up and try to be fancy with the shit. Take it out the can and so I know where to put the butter knife and cut the shit. No, real talk. I don't want anything else but that. I want the ridge. I want to see the lines come out with the cranberry sauce. And if you want to get fancy, instead of getting the store-bought shit, which is A-okay with me, you can go to your local supermarket, get a store-bought store brand version of the cranberry sauce. It's okay. If you want to be fancy, go get the Ocean Spray canned cranberry sauce. You know what I'm saying? Spend a couple more dollars on the brand. But other than that, it needs to come out the fucking can, and I need to see the lines. I need the ridges. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically it.
Facts.
All right, Lance, so besides the mac and cheese, what's a must-have at the table, bro? What's a must-have?
Yo, honestly, lately it's been like this. What is it? Cornbread stuffing. Like I'm not big on regular stuffing, but lately it's been some cornbread stuffing hitting the table, and I've been fucking up half the pan on that. So I need both of those.
All right, that's what's up.
And you know what's crazy too? And I know it's just when I like moved from, you know what I'm saying, down south, like up north, I feel like we got stuffing, which is cool. Down south, they got dressing. You know what I mean? So it's different. They both good, you feel what I'm saying? But it's just like different things. So yeah, I mean, what's another must-have? If you know how to properly deep fry a turkey and you inject the shit and everything, that can come to the table too. Yeah. I'm dead ass. That shit good. If a nigga really know how to deep fry a turkey, yeah, we in here.
What dessert is a must-have for Thanksgiving?
Oh, I gotta say cornbread too. I fell in love with cornbread. I love if you have good homemade, like some good cornbread, I'll fucks with you. Now, when you said what else is what?
What's a must-have dessert that you gotta have on Thanksgiving?
Sweet potato pie. Don't fuck with me.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, for me, there's a spot that's in my neighborhood. Yo, the lines are so ridiculous. It's like a 4-hour wait. But it's these pecan cinnamon rolls that these Amish people that they just show up for like 3 months out the year for Thanksgiving to Christmas, and the freaking news reporters be out there, and people out there are waiting 4 hours just for some cinnamon buns. But yo, that shit is crack cocaine. 100%, it's crack. Like, you feel me? And yeah, that shit is full of so much sugar. They gotta sell like an insulin pen just for you to eat that shit. But yo, that shit is so fire. So you know, like, so these cinnamon buns, like, I don't know, I might have to make that line this week and wait 3 hours out there. You feel me? I don't know, maybe 4-hour wait. People probably out there camping right now just to be first in line tomorrow.
What's the go-to, Lance? What dessert got to be on the table, bro?
Yo, I need a hot slice of apple pie, bro, with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top. Like I need that ice cream running down the side, man. I need the perfect a mixture of the crust with the pie, with the ice cream, man. Hey, ain't nothing like it for me.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, and don't touch the remote. Football's on the TV. I don't want to see no Christmas specials. I don't want to see none of that shit. I don't. Football's on the remote. And shit. What alcohol has to be with Thanksgiving dinner, y'all? What alcohol's got to be there?
Hennessy. Yeah, I need that Henny, baby. Everywhere I go. Oh, you already know.
You already know I don't drink. If I start drinking, yo, the party over.
I need my Angry Orchard or some hard cider. Like that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? Just give me the 6-pack of that. You know what I mean? I'm drinking it. I'm vibing. I'm watching football. I got my food. You know what I'm saying? It's cold. Like almost out the freezer. So when I crack that bottle, you know what I'm saying? I'm just good. That's all I need. I have a feeling you want to say Hennessy though. I gotta upgrade you from. I know you love Hennessy, but I gotta get you on some like Hennessy Privilege or White Hennessy or some other things, man. I know you just if it's Henny on the table, we good. Like I want you to try some upper echelon Hennessy.
Yo, that White Henny good. I need a plug for that. You know what I'm saying? They don't sell that at the store. That's the only thing.
Now you telling the truth, but yeah, we just if we know ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? We can make a couple phone calls. You feel what I'm saying? There's always somebody going somewhere for something. Well, now with COVID, that shit's hard as fuck. I ain't even gonna front. But even Hennessy Privilege or there's other Hennessy's that I want you to, get to.
All right, I'm with it. As long as it's Hennessy.
All right, man. So we signing out. Let's give our little shout outs. Thanks for rocking with your boy DJ Pablo Maccabee. Just want to make sure if you're making mac and cheese, make that shit the right way. Yo, if you haven't had Jamaican style oxtail, you need to find a spot to have some real Jamaican oxtail, some fried fish, and that's all I gotta say. You feel me? So peace out over here for 25-8 from your boy P.
You already know what it is. Your boy BY signing out. We appreciate you jumping on. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like and subscribe as always. Thanks for all the views. I see you killing it with the views. People listening to us because they fucks with us, so we fucks with y'all right back. You know what I'm saying? Just keep subscribing, you know what I mean? And we're gonna keep coming out with we're gonna keep talking about the uncomfortable, the necessary, and the best shit that's out. Period. All right. Much love. One.
Facts. Love it. Lance Draper signing out. People, don't forget to check out the merch. 258 The Culture at the Big Money Boys. Check us out. Signing out.
Peace.